Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to begin this afternoon's program by please standing, placing your hand over your heart as we sing the Star Spangled Banner. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to our special celebration this afternoon, honoring our STEM Day as well as our Month of the Military Childs. We want to recognize and celebrate all of you military students. So we have a number of speakers today to help us with our program. So I'm going to turn it over to Ellie Lee Marie to help us with our first introduction.
He has flown C-17s and the Global Hawk. Major Bush's degrees include a Bachelor's of Science in Aerospace Engineering and a Master's of Science in Systems of Engineering. Please help me welcome Major Bush.
Yes, thank you, everyone. I wanted to come here and tell you a little bit about how science, technology, engineering, and math has affected me and how it can affect you in your future lives. I know that I've been a pilot, I've flown a manned aircraft and unmanned aircraft, and over time, only technology gets more advanced, everything becomes so much more important. I learned to love STEM subjects early. My dad was an engineer, my grandfather was an engineer, I wanted to follow in the same footsteps, but I really loved STEM because it gave me some of the skills necessary to find solutions and answers to problems that didn't have answers. And I wanted to start off today real quick and tell you a little bit about one that has happened very recently. 2 days ago, I was reading on the internet that the Hubble Space Telescope noticed a very dim star. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Space Telescope orbits around the Earth, and it's a giant telescope, and it looks out into deep space looking for stars. One of the things that they saw in this dim star was that it was a single star. It wasn't an agglomeration of stars, it was a single star. They calculated it was about 50 times bigger than the sun and about 1 million times brighter. All right, so it's very, very bright. Astronomers could tell how far away it was from us because they could see the color of the star. That color showed the scientists what this star was made out of. And when they could figure out what it was made out of, they could calculate how bright it should be. Once they knew how bright that star should have been and saw how dim it was on their telescope, they were actually able to calculate how far away that star is. It is the farthest star that's ever been seen as a single star. I'll tell you in terms of light years, 1 light year is the distance light takes to travel in a year. And I can tell you it's a very, very, very long distance. That particular star, when they calculated its distance, was 28 billion light years away. Yes. That could only have been found out through the skills that you're learning now. All that STEM background is critical to solving some problems that you didn't even think you could even answer. I thought that was pretty amazing. Let's start off with science, right? Science, it's learning about the laws of our world, and that's what those scientists used. They were using those laws to solve the problem. How far away was it? Gravity, light, all played key roles. You're learning about it. You're learning about buoyancy. I saw people building boats. All these laws of the world are really, really important. You can use those laws to solve your problems. Another important science is probably, you've heard about it, called the scientific method. And that's something that's truly a corner piece of STEM. You'll make huge advances and solve problems so much faster if you follow that process. Make a guess, right? Try to get to an answer with what you know. Make observations and then test it. And sometimes the test, it might not work. Your guess might be wrong. One of the big things about STEM is knowing, hey, that I am wrong, I need to make a new assessment, a new guess, and then you test it again. I use that process of elimination every single day when I'm flying, trying to figure out how to solve new problems. I will try to come up with new solutions. It's a really critical piece of science, and I know you're learning it all right here, right now. Be creative. I saw a lot of that today. I had a chance to walk around and see so many of the things that you were all doing. You were all given one problem, and you were all given the same requirements. You had your materials, and everybody came up with a different solution. It was really neat to be creative. Everyone kind of came up with a different answer. They all worked. I thought that was really good. You're going to have to use that in the future. Being creative is a really, really good thing, because all of your creative solutions will be tomorrow's inventions. You can use science to help people and animals. You can be doctors, vets, or even an engineer. Technology. As today goes on, you can see you've got technology all around you. There's going to be some demonstrations here in a little bit. All of you have probably been taught how to use computers, right? Yeah, you love the computers. Maybe you've played some video games? Yeah, we like those. That's all technology. Well, have you ever thought about trying to make that? Make it better. There you go. When I fly the Global Hawk, I fly that with a computer. I put in commands into a computer. And that computer then sends signals out through satellites to the aircraft, and the aircraft follows the commands. Technology is only getting more and more complicated, and I can tell that you will all be doing very well in the future on that, thanks to the great work that's being done here. Sometimes technology, though, you'll have to use it to solve new problems, right? So some of you are going to have to make some new things, some new technology to solve new problems that we haven't even come up with yet. Some of those things might be robotics, and you can see that right here next to me. Engineering. All right, so I'm a little biased. I do love engineering, and it's about how you make things better. And I got to see that when you were building your boats and building the bridges and the buildings. You were starting to get the very foundation there. That's so important in your future, especially in STEM. Because everything that you're going to use has something to do with engineering. It had to be designed. Whether you're driving on a road or a bridge, you'll have to put the pieces together. Is it made with the right materials? You'll have to use all the equations to build something completely new. When I was in school, I had to design an airplane, and I had to choose, well, what was it going to be made out of? How would it be connected? How heavy would it be? I had to solve all those problems. In the end, I had to use computers. And I had to use design books and equations of people who came before me. And I was able to come up with a working design. And I know that you'll be doing some things just like that too. The last piece is math. All right, let's be honest here. Math sometimes can be rather difficult, but I know it is the most important one of them all. You cannot accomplish anything in STEM, right? Science, technology, and engineering all require math. I need it to fly. I use it every day. I use it to calculate how much runway I need to take off, how much runway I need to land, how fast am I burning fuel, and will I have enough fuel to make it to my destination. This is a critical piece. And I know that it's for some of you, it's very, very fun. Consider it a puzzle and keep trying. When you study STEM, you can be just about anything. I know your teachers have told you many things about what kind of jobs you can do, to include computer programming, where you can program the software to make computers do certain things, or maybe computer hardware, where you actually build the computer itself. You can be a mechanical engineer, where you would actually work on engines and cars and trucks. You can be a civil engineer and build roads and bridges. Those are all critical pieces of infrastructure that we're going to need many, many more engineers on in the future. You can be systems engineers, where you take complex projects and break them down into small pieces and figure out the best way to design all the parts. You can be a geoscientist and study the earth, zoologist and study animals, laboratory tech, maybe you can help out in the medical field and help people. These are all opportunities for you. You just have to keep studying. But I just wanted to say in closing that the STEM subjects really do give you all the tools you need to help people. That's really what it is. We're all here trying to find a way to help people. It helps us solve our problems so much faster, even when those things can be difficult. And I'd like to tell everyone that despite the difficulty, I want you all to keep trying, right? I've had troubles in the subjects too. You just keep trying, do not give up. I know that you all can do it. And most of all, go find something that you love and go learn about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Major Bush. Now we will have our robotics demonstration. Please welcome Fabiana M., Abraham L., and Logan H.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Twining and guests. My name is Fabiana, and I am a part of our school's 5th grade robotics. This is our first year of robotics. It was a blast. It was so much fun. We learned so much about building and coding and robots and using VexIQ. Let me tell you, it wasn't all fun and games though. Some of the days were really rough. There were days where things just didn't go right. But we problem solved and used critical thinking. And we always came out on top. At this time, I'd like to introduce the rest of the 5th grade robotics team. If you could come down when your name is called. Ashton Griffin, Colin Whiteman, William Shepard, Michael Harris, Abraham Lee-Marie, Caden Hammond, Gabe Agee, Logan Harrell, Cheyenne Pate, Jackson Brown, Caden M., Riley Coulter, Ellie Halo, and Micah Benavides. Here's Abraham to tell you about the competitions.
Thank you, Fabiana. Hello everyone, I'm so excited to tell you about our competition we had this year. After working hard to build successful robots, we went to a scrimmage in Minto. It was here where we learned about competitions. Minto Robotics teams welcomed us and introduced us to what a competition is like. They answered all our questions and we couldn't be grateful more to them. We definitely made some new friends. Then we went to the state robotics competition at Red River High School in Grand Forks. My team, Gabe, Logan, and Caden, got second place. It was so exciting. The best part of the competition is you are paired with another team to work together. You are actually not competing with the other teams on the field. You are collaborating to get points. I will now let Logan tell you about the field.
Hi, my name is Logan, and I'll tell you about the field and rules and the point scoring. So, one of the ways to get points is by getting one of the balls in the basket on top. You can push some of the balls under the low bar, under the bucket for 2 points. You can clear the crawl for 5, and you can hang on the low bar for 6 points, and on the high hang for 10 points. And like Abraham said, there's 2 people per robot, and at the 30-second mark, you swap people, and he also said that we work together. So this is very much a teamwork challenge. So if you get to know the people that you're working with well and know what they're planning to do, like what their game plan is, then you're probably gonna end up getting a lot of points. Now, let's get this competition started.
All right, for the competition, they each get 1 minute, 30 seconds per driver. They have 10 seconds to switch drivers, and the goal is, like Logan said, was to get the balls into the goal. So I'm going to start a timer. They're talking about where they're going to be starting their robots, which is a very important part of the competition also. And then when they start in a certain spot, they have to stand in a certain spot. So you'll notice that, and then I'm going to give them about 5 seconds, and then I'm going to ask them if they're ready to go. Drivers ready? Yes. Both drivers should have to give me a thumbs up sign so I know that you're ready. Cheyenne? Thumbs up. 3, 2, 1, go. Strategy is a big part of this game. You'll notice that some of these robots are starting by pushing the balls under the little blue hole. That gets them 2 points right away. Some of the robots are fling bots, so they're going to try to get the ball on top of their little catapult and shoot it into the bucket. Drivers switch. You can see Abraham right now, he is trying to clear the corral, get those balls out of there. He's got a ball in his fling bot. He's turning around. He's going to launch that ball into the basket, I hope. And it broke, which makes it even that much more exciting because it actually happens all the time during competitions. So you guys are getting to see time. So controllers should be down. Okay. So then we got to count how many balls are in each of the goals. Go ahead and count your points, guys. So this group over here got 10 points, and this group over here got 4 points. And we're going to do it one. Do we have time for one more? Yeah? Okay, one more time we'll set it up real quick so you can see how they have to set up the field by themselves, and then we'll have them compete again. And I forgot to give the teams a 10-second warning to let them know that they can hang from the poles. So we'll give them that warning this time. This time you should probably cheer for these guys and get them a little bit excited as they're driving. It's kind of quiet in here.
Thank you so much to Major Bush, and I really appreciate 5th grade. 5th grade, Mrs. Bariano, for all of your work in helping our students get involved in robotics, taking them to competitions, and learning so much along the way. I'm so proud as I sit and watch like all of the events today, all the various stations through K through 8, and all the learning that has transpired this year. And I'm just surprised at how much, I shouldn't be surprised, we have great students here, how much has happened in 1 year at Twining. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. So I'm just going to give you a brief summary about how this all came to be. It'll be 2 years ago already that there was a team that wrote, so we know writing is important. We had to write a grant to get money to do all of the wonderful things that we put in place this school year. It's called the DODEA grant, so we want to talk about that. It's a Department of Defense education activity grant. And we were awarded $500,000, so $500,000 to buy resources, to have our teachers learn through professional development, to buy modules that are the top. They are the best that we can have. They're called Project Lead the Way modules. And we are so thankful today to have our community from the Air Force Base and our parents to come and help us as we learn. Your role today was so appreciated, and it's so enjoyable to have parents back in our building and helping us teach these important concepts to our students. So thank you, parents and volunteers and our community members from the Air Force Base and officials to help us as we move forward with this grant and the STEM initiatives. I do have some exciting news that I'd like to share with you. So this first year was so successful. Our STEM lab was used so often that we are adding on another STEM lab. So when you come back to school in the fall, we're going to have another space. You know where your music room is, elementary, right? We're moving our second STEM lab into that space so that we can do more STEM activities as well as our science experiments in that classroom. Middle school, we're gonna have that more time and space for you as well. And we're adding another module. This year we did flight and space, teachers, medical detectives will be the next module that we'll be adding next year. So it's going to be a different elective, but then the year after we'll rotate back and forth with that flight and space module and then the medical detective piece too, because we're trying to provide as many electives as possible for our middle school students. And like Major Bush said in his speech, look at all the different careers that you have the opportunity to seek out based on all the skills that you're learning. So thank you for bringing all that up, Major Bush. I appreciate that. One more area I would like to move on to is all the people that have been involved in making this happen. There has been a lot of work that has gone into this process, and I know they've enjoyed it, but the hours that have been spent have been amazing. It's not during our school day. There's a lot of Saturdays, a lot of weekend preparation, a lot of beyond the school day hours. So I would like to have some people come forward. I didn't tell them this. Have them come forward. Kathy Cute, please come in. So Kathy Cute is our STEM specialist, does the ordering, the scheduling, and prepares the STEM lab for all of us to use. And then we know she with COVID protocols, she's been cleaning up everything thoroughly after a lot of work, a lot of time, and we thank her for that. And I don't want to forget her husband, Dan. You need to come forward, Dan. Dan Cute. He has also helped behind the scenes building. I caught him yesterday blowing up balloons in the small gym. So is a lot of support for our activities as well. So thank you. Thank you very much. Elizabeth Berger, please come forward. So Mrs. Berger is our instructional design coach and is instrumental on the committee moving us forward, again, ordering. We have a professional development coming up in April that she got us all set up with, and I can't even say the whole list right now because it's been a lot of things. So very instrumental in creating this program. Just a little hint too, there's another grant in the works, so more to come. I don't think we're done yet. Tiffany Dahlquist, please come forward. Tiffany is one of our third grade teachers who again is one of the staff members that says, what do you need done? And helps us with anything that we need. She gets technology, understands STEM very well, and is that resource person that we can always count on. So thank you. Jen is another one of our teachers, third grade, who took on the role of our robotics instructor, and thank goodness, right team? Because she was instrumental in getting us to a competition and to learn what it really takes to be successful, collaborative, working as a team, and all the skills that were learned throughout that process. So proud that they're able to come up front, talk about it, and demonstrate. So great work. March Myro. Intertwining our teachers wear many hats, and Mrs. Myrold is no different. She teaches choir, math, innovations, and theater drama for us. And again, she's another one that we can always count on to help us with whatever we need. And did a lot of scheduling for today, especially for the middle school, and getting us organized and set up. So thank you so much. And now, one of the best parts is Mrs. Berger has prizes. So let's get on to Mrs. Berger.
Now for the prizes. So we asked teachers to submit several names of students that have shown excellence in using the 5 C's throughout the year and at STEM Day today. So the 5 C's are critical thinking, creative thinking, communication, collaboration, and compassion. Through application of these concepts, students will be equipped with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed after high school. The following students have shown excellence in the 5 C's. Amber Warren.